Good morning, everyone. This is Allison from Happily Homeless is Moonstruck, live from Opera in the Ozarks again. Looks like I have my hair in curlers, huh? Like a housewife from the 50s. I don't. I just dreaded more of my hair. And I have a head full of, looks like tiny penises. So, because my hair is very short. So I have it covered. And it will probably stay covered like this for quite a while. Till my hair grows quite a bit more. But what am I fessing up to? Okay, here's the thing. I've been widowed for 4 years and April, May, June, July. Wow, going into my third month. 4 years and going into my third month. And we all know all the shit that happens. You know, there's brain fog. In the widowed community, they call it widow's brain. It's hard to focus. It's hard to concentrate, and all you do is survive. And I've been doing that, just surviving for all these years, and I'm still in that mode. But what's happened as a result is that I really haven't taken care of myself. I almost don't know how to. And I know that sounds weird because I'm 59 years old, but it's a matter of even having the energy to want to, remembering to take care of myself, caring to take care of myself. There's a lot of different qualifiers that go into that, a lot of different reasons that go into it. And so as a result, what's happened is that my, over the week, yesterday, and I put up a post, my tooth cracked. And it hasn't come out yet, but it's cracked, and I know it's going to break off, and it's going to be painful. So I'm going to try to find a dentist to take care of it. But I know damn well my tooth cracked because I've been drinking too much caffeine, and caffeine leaches the calcium from the bones, and I haven't been taking any vitamins at all. For one of the reasons, I mean, God, seeing everything, there's so much behind everything. Chuck took hundreds of supplements and vitamins when, always, but especially after his first cancer. And good morning, Lori. Good morning, Heidi. And he did everything. He did everything. And he really researched it, so he knew what to take and what worked best by taking something else at the same time. All this other, there's a whole science behind it, right? And once he died, I remember the day after he died, I took this whole bag full of vitamins and supplements, and I threw them out. I wanted nothing to do with them. And I don't have all of the, I just don't have all of the knowledge I need to know what vitamin to take with what, and how it works best, and what vitamins are best for what conditions, and all this. I don't have that brain power right now. I don't have the energy for all of it. I haven't for 4 years, and I still don't. But, and I've just eaten crap, and I eat way too much. You know, I joke about eating chocolate and stuff, but really that's almost the only thing I eat. Every so often I eat a meal. And I started drinking Coke Zero because I need some caffeine to get going, and because I have such a hard time sleeping at night, or even when I sleep, I'm not rested. And so I know that drinking all of the soda that I have while I'm up here especially, it did a job on my teeth. And so now I have a cracked tooth, and I have to figure that out. So, this widowhood shit. It's decimated me. I'm covered head to toe in chigger bites, and I finally researched about chiggers last night, and all of the bites that I have up and down me are just getting redder and bigger and all of that. So I don't know when they disappear, but then of course you start looking up bugs, and you start seeing pictures of all these gross bugs and ticks and all of that, and thank goodness I don't have any tick bites. And I spray myself every day. But it doesn't seem to do a whole lot. There's like 1/4 of a piece of skin not sprayed with DEET, then I get a chigger bite on it. So I'm covered with bites. I know my teeth. I had a couple years ago. No, it was before Chuck died. I had a triple root canal in the back, and I had a bridge or something put in on both sides and back on my molars, and those fell out just probably a month ago. And so, you know, I haven't done anything about that. Thank goodness they don't hurt. It's just a big empty spot. But, so yeah, there's all the emotional stuff that happens when you're a widow. And then there's, you know, all the physical stuff that you don't know what to do anymore. You know, there's a lot of secondary losses that go along with widowhood. Your entire world, after the person dies, everything else, it's all a loss. A simple thing is, you know, I have a couple moles on my back, and I don't have anyone to check them, you know, to see, and I can't see in the mirror. And, you know, and there's nobody to remind you to take your vitamins or to do this or do that. So I'm just here owning up to the fact that I've let a whole lot go to shit. And I don't beat myself up for it, because I'm just damn lucky to have survived this long to be standing here. And I know I've gone out and done a whole lot of stuff. And I've pushed everything that I ever thought I could push. And I continue to do that, and I will. But there is a lot that has suffered too, health-wise. And thank goodness, you know, mostly I'm in good health, and it's small things. But I guess this tooth cracking just really brought it all home to me. About my lack of care, and I don't know that it's going to get any better, even though I've acknowledged it, because I just don't know what to do. Like being on the road, eating healthy. Chuck and I struggled with that anyways, you know, with no cooking facilities, but I don't want to go out, and so I just keep it really simple with what I eat. So eating healthy is a hard thing anyways, and I'm very physical here, but I don't know if that counts as exercise. But what I put into my body just hasn't been good for me, and I know that, but I haven't cared. And I don't really care, and I also know that a lot of that has to do with really not caring about whether I'm alive or not, because it's so hard living without him. But the fact is, I'm alive. I wish I could be one of those, you know, there's some widows that I know about who, you know, they take all of the grief energy and they start working out. And they get really fit. And they're just really determined in that way. And that's not my personality anyways, to exercise. And now at a time when it's like I use all my energy just to be present during the day. And so by the end of the night, the end of the day, I just try to zone out in whatever way I can. And I'm a recovered alcoholic. I've got 29 years, and that at least I've never, you know, in these years since Chuck's death, I've not had any urge to drink. So I'm glad for that. And I stay in touch with other alcoholics, you know, and I talk to them, and that helps. And I don't do drugs. And I've, stayed the course with just using essential oils and homeopathic remedies and Bach flower remedies to help me get through the worst of this. And the way I feel about any medications, because people have said, oh, take this or take that, and, absolutely everybody needs to find their way with that, but my feeling is that, none of this has to do with, this grief is not interfering with my living. I'm still getting up. I've done all kinds of stuff that a lot of people won't do and don't do, and so it's not interfering with my living, and the homeopathic remedies take care of any of the anxiety that happens, but there's no medication in the world that's going to take away this aching of my heart, and no medication that's going to make me stop missing my husband. There's nothing that's going to stop making me miss Chuck and feeling his absence so strongly in my life. And I don't have so much anxiety or anything like that it doesn't keep me from functioning. So, and when I get back to Arizona, I'll try counseling again to see if, one of the things that happened the last time I went to counseling was that the counselor told me that I needed to say goodbye to Chuck, and that didn't feel right to me, and I'm not going to. And I told her that I don't think that's, I mean, maybe, what she meant was letting go of the grief, but how the fuck do you do that? I'm doing everything I can, and it's not just sadness, right? All of you out there who are going through this know that. It's not just sadness, it is the loneliness. It's the, it's being alone at nighttime and just staring into the dark and wondering what the fuck happened to your life. And wondering how this is real. They talk about denial, and God, I never had any kind of denial about any of this. It's like this has all been as real as shit, as real as it can be, and never any moments of denial. This is all very real from the moment he got sick, from the moment that morning in March, the end of March, when he said, I can't do this anymore, you have to take me to the ER. There's no hiding from any of it. I live every day with, as all of us do, who have, whether we're widows or whether, my kids, that it's their dad. We live every day knowing that he's gone, that he's dead. And so there's no denial going on. And so I don't know what to do beyond what I've done, and I just don't have the energy to start looking into all of this, researching. Chuck was so good at research. And God, he and I, when we went walking every morning for exercise, no matter where we were, we'd just spend so much time talking about health and fitness and vitamins and eating well. And honestly, I got to the point where sometimes I would just roll my eyes. I just want to talk about something else. But especially after his first cancer, he was just trying so hard to learn as much as he could, to do what he could. But I don't remember what he said. That's the thing too. That's what happens, is your person who knew all this other stuff, you knew a bunch of stuff, and then the one you're married to or that you're partnered with, they knew all the other stuff. And so the two of you together, that's what makes the great team. And so all of his knowledge died with him, and I can't replicate it. So, good morning, Fiona. And honestly, it's taking everything in me to even stay on live video right now. Exposing myself like this. So I don't know what to do, and I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to, I'm going to deal with what I have right now, which is finding a dentist to take care of the, hopefully take care of the cracked tooth before it becomes worse, and then I'll go from there. And because if anything too big, I can't handle. Because not just emotionally, but like even for so I want to enroll in the I have medical insurance through the military, that Chuck and I had, and so I went online because there's dental insurance available, but I can't access it. I don't know if I need something of his, a number of his, but I don't know, and I can't figure it out, and stuff like that, it just rattles my brain, and I think I don't even know what to do, so I just don't do anything, because I can't get to the next step. And but I'm going to head down to my son's later on today, and I'll go over to Little Rock Air Force Base and talk to a rep over there who can maybe guide me in the right direction, a VA person or something. I don't know. I'll find somebody and just start the process. But I spent probably 20 minutes online this morning trying to figure out how to do it all, just even to gain access to the page, and I just wasn't able to do it, and because I didn't have the right information. And it's funny, I used to be able to, you just handle that shit. And the person I just did all that stuff, and it was no big deal, and then I'd ask Chuck, hey, can you help me out? And boy, those are the hurdles. It's not the big stuff in life. The big stuff in life, traveling, being on my own, finding my way around the country, all of that. It's no big deal. But figuring out the bureaucracy, which is hard for most of us in the best of times, right? But figuring that stuff out, it's like a steel door closes. It shuts and locks tight. And I can't get past it, and I flounder. And floundering is not something that comes naturally to me. Mostly I just kick the door down and do whatever needs to get done. So it's one of many others that has happened like this. Just one more thing. And so I do know to ask for help, and I'm going to do that. But these are the things of widowhood that just get to us. And then going and talking to anybody, in the VA or anything else. I mean, when I just have to say over and over again and tell them, oh, I'm a widow. Oh, my husband is dead. And then, giving his Social Security, and it's just all this stuff connected with him. And I'm not going to apologize for my tears. It's liquid love, right? I say it all the time, widowhood ain't for sissies. And I've got a secret. I really don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Which I realize also is something that most people in life probably feel that way. and you just do shit anyways. And so widowhood, you take what it is with life anyways, and then you just add all the emotional aspects to it. My best description, the way that I describe widowhood to some people, is that my mom and my brother died in 1996, within 6 months of each other, both of cancers. And it really, their deaths, struck me hard. It took me quite a while to find my feet again, and thank God for Chuck being there. But it's like I take those two deaths, and then maybe if you throw in like the impact, the power of the Hiroshima and Nagasaki, and then you amplify that ad infinitum, and it doesn't begin to touch what this is. And that's just a fact of life. And I'm always, I know a lot of us are this way. We don't want to be seen as self-pitying, and none of this is self-pitying. It's just what it is, and it's hard, and it's impossible, and it's unbearable. And the little stuff that happens that would be no big deal at some other time, just God, it gets so huge, trying to find your way through it. So my plan is that I'll leave here this afternoon, and I'll head to Little Rock, and I'll go over to the base and find a VA rep that I can talk to, who can hopefully take pity on me and help me find my way through this, so that I can at least get my tooth looked at and taken care of, because I know if it comes out, there's going to be a lot of major pain involved. So, boy, these do look bad up there. I don't know whether I should keep them covered or not. Why am I growing dreads? Somebody asked in the beginning. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I just am. Why not? I guess that's my question to, that's my response to a lot of things, is why not? I don't necessarily have any reason about things. I just do it. It's like total impulse these days, which is totally opposite of how Chuck ever lived. He was a planner, a long-range planner. That was what he did in the military. And he'd probably go bonkers with how I'm living my life right now. Because I'll veer off course very suddenly if that's what it seems like I ought to do. And I don't know if that's a good way to live or not, a healthy way to live. I don't know. I don't have a clue. But it's all I can do right now. It's all I've been able to do. And I don't know if it's living. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't have any fucking answers. I don't even have any fucking questions anymore. It's all very, I'm living by instinct. It's like the reptilian part of my brain is what's engaged. And I respond that way. And I don't know if that's good or bad either. Am I totally uncivilized now? I don't know. Civilization doesn't mean a whole lot to me anymore. All of the mores and morals and social constructs and all of that. In some ways I feel like I am living like an animal now. And it's just about survival. Only about survival. I'm trying to figure out my next step. And so I'm just trying to be very honest and very open with all of you right now. And as open as I am about my emotions, it's still pretty hard to stay on here and have tears in front of you. So anyways, for all of you who checked in with me this morning, thank you. And I had to kind of make myself do this. Hey, if anybody can get anything out of it, I'm glad, right? And if anybody has the answer for me about how to be different, how to do something differently, how to not miss Chuck with every breath I take. How to make my skin stop wishing for his touch. I'm open to all suggestions. So I will check in with you in the next few days. I'll be able to see when I head down to Little Rock, I'll be able to see my little grandson, and my daughter's coming. She's in from Arizona, and then my daughter-in-law and son. So that'll be good. Nancy asks, are you still thinking about buying a small house? I was never going to buy one. At the most, I'd be thinking of renting one. Ideally, I'll be able to find a small place to park Pink Magic when I get out to Arizona, and live in it. I'm perfectly content, just have a place for showers right nearby, and I'm good to go. I don't know how to think bigger than that, honestly. I know I never want to buy anything again, and I know my credit's probably shit at this point anyways, but plus, the kind of jobs that I have. So the next biggest thing I'd do would be to rent a small place, a little studio apartment or something. But I can't even conceive of that right now for the reality of it. I don't know how to even think that way. So I don't know. It's all a new day, right? It's all a new moment, every moment. And I appreciate every one of you being here with me, checking in with me, riding along with me on my odyssey of love. You just don't know how much it matters. It really does matter. So I'll sign off now and get some work done before I get packed to head down to Little Rock. And I'll check in with you from there. All right. Ti amo, everyone.